Should you argue with women? Well, honestly, should you argue with anybody? Arguing is pointless. It's a waste of your energy, and it doesn't accomplish anything. Arguing is what guys do when they're looking to have some sort of validation from other guys. And so when a guy's arguing with a woman, it's not going to change her mind. Women follow your frame. They don't follow your train of logic. Even if you out-logic a woman, you can end up destabilizing the relationship further, even if you're right. So go ahead and do what you think is right and lead. Don't get pulled into drama, which is what arguing is. Doesn't mean that you avoid any kind of fight or conversation with a woman, but if you're trying to prove that you're right, then you are going to lose the bigger picture. You're going to lose the war in the attempt to win a battle.
Hello everyone, this is Magbo Gaming here once again, back at Angry Guys channel. I hope that you're all doing well today, and we are gonna be tackling with why arguing with a woman never works. Like, what's the point with arguing with a woman when most of the times in history the man always comes out losing one way or another, because the woman always has the advantage. And like, if she decides to divorce him and stuff, the courts are gonna favor her, and he has to pay the child support if there's a child involved, of course. So there is a lot of complications going on with that, and trust me, arguing with a woman, it's something you kind of want to avoid at all costs. But if you do, try to do a civil, try to come to an agreement, make sure that there is a solution at the end of this, and you know, if it's necessary, of course, you both gotta work together on this. If one of them starts to fess up and not want to participate, then the whole relationship is gonna be a fluke. So if you agree with stuff like this, with these type of topics, be sure to click the like button. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and click the bell next to it so you could not miss any more Angry Guy videos we upload to this channel ever again. And it will definitely help us boost our chances for more people to see these type of videos as well. And just want to let you know that if you lose your current job in these bad times that we're living with, you could probably be homeless in less than a few weeks or a few months. Yes, it's no joke. Times are tough. Times are getting crazy. A lot of uncertainty out there, and doesn't seem like there's a lot of hope for most of us. But we do have control with our own destiny, with our own skills, and what we want to do with our lives. So the way you react to it, you plan ahead so you could have whatever you need in the future besides all the crisis. So you could join Angry Guys Creator Academy in the description below if you want some guidance for you to start your online business and your hustle. And yeah, you also could get a free blueprint as well once you sign up and join. And trust me, it could probably help you a lot get an idea on what this whole thing is about. And if you're really serious on wanting to change your life, have something you can control and not be fearful in the future of wondering if you're gonna get a job working for a corporation or not, at least you have something you can control more than you being in a job for a corporation. Yep, and if you also want to check out Angry Guy Rumble, it's in the description below as well. If you want to hear Angry Guy curse a lot more than here, yep, that's the place to do it. Because over there on Rumble, there is more freedom of speech, more than YouTube. Anyway, let's get started with this video, shall we?
Where to eat dinner, what movie to watch, why the credit card bill is so high. You present facts, logic, reasonable points, and somehow, 15 minutes later, you're apologizing for things you didn't even know you did, defending yourself against accusations from 2019, and wondering how a conversation about takeout turned into a relationship referendum. Let me explain why arguing with certain people, particularly in romantic relationships, feels like playing chess against someone who's playing emotional volleyball. You're not even in the same game. The fundamental problem is that men and women often approach disagreement from completely different planets. When I disagree with my male friends about something, we present evidence, counter-evidence, reach a conclusion, grab a beer. Done. But in many romantic relationships, the conversation isn't about the topic at all. It's about feelings, validation, emotional temperature, relationship dynamics, and 17 other invisible factors.
Women does not use logic most of the times when they make their arguments. They use feelings, they use emotions, and that can overshadow the logic that you have with this person. And sometimes even the woman makes up stories in order to get the narrative in her favor. so people could take her side against the man, even though the man oftentimes did not is more logical on his arguments and they are trying to solve it in a mature manner. But if she just stays emotional and not thinking in her head and she just wants the narrative to drive towards her, then how are you gonna solve that? Their arguments, like this guy says, is in two different directions and they don't mix very well, and then you just cannot come with a logical conclusion after that.
Didn't even know were in play. Here's a perfect example from my practice. A guy comes in, exhausted, tells me about an argument over his partner wanting a new couch. He researched prices, measured the space, made a spreadsheet of options. She got upset because you don't care about making our home beautiful. He showed her the spreadsheet to prove he cared. She cried harder because everything is just data to you. He literally couldn't win because they weren't having the same conversation. The perceived versus actual power dynamic is fascinating. After most of these arguments, she thinks she won because he apologized. He thinks he lost because logic didn't matter. But here's the truth. Nobody won.
Never apologize for something that if the woman is the one in the wrong. If you know for a fact the woman is the one in the wrong, but in order to calm the relationship, you just go and apologize so you could maintain the peace. I mean, it could probably last the relationship longer this way, because like you're not trying to argue back and stuff and she's calmer, I guess. But in the long term, you're allowing the woman to dominate you. You're allowing to be submissive towards the woman and agree with everything she does just so you can maintain the relationship. But that's not real love there. Honestly, it's like they just want to contain the truth, because if the man is the one that's in the right and the woman is the one in the wrong, which a lot of times that happens, then you need to stay firm and stay true with what you believe in. Even if it means breaking up with her, even if it means having to move on from her or walking away, then you're gonna have to just go through it, because in the long term, you'll probably could seek peace. Of course, if you're married already to a woman that you're arguing with, then, well, you know, it's gonna be a little bit more complicated. So it's not the same as you just having a girlfriend and arguing with her and you just break up and that's it. No, in order to break up with a woman that you're already married to, yeah, you have to file a divorce, you have to go through legal fees and all this other stuff. You have children involved. Well, that's another can of worms right there that you're gonna have to resolve, and it's just not gonna be easy to get out of, because you are having a legal contract buying with this woman to make sure that you are serious about this relationship. Marriage is a commitment. If you are not 100% sure and ready that you two are able to be together and stuff, then don't even bother marrying this person, because it's so much more easier breaking up with your girlfriend than breaking up with your wife.
He didn't apologize because she was right. He apologized because continuing was pointless. She didn't win the argument. She won his withdrawal from it. That's not victory. That's exhaustion. This emotional versus rational clash creates impossible situations. You're trying to discuss why the budget is tight this month. You've got bank statements, Excel sheets, clear numbers. But the response you get is, "You always make me feel bad about spending money." Suddenly you're not discussing math anymore. You're defending your entire character. The conversation shifted from facts to feelings, and most men don't even notice when it happens. A client yesterday described it perfectly. It's like I'm speaking English and she's hearing Portuguese, then responding in Mandarin, and we're both getting mad that the other person doesn't understand.
And that's the thing too, that if each other don't understand, if you know what I mean, like if you two cannot come to some sort of agreement, then you're not gonna be able to resolve anything. It's like you're speaking English, she's speaking Japanese, and you two are trying to complain about each other's issues, but they're not understanding each other. So this leads to even more arguments, more disagreements, and if it doesn't get resolved soon, eventually there's gonna be a breakup or divorce. And you're gonna know there that this woman is not understanding who you are, what you stand for, how you're feeling. She just wants to be understood herself and being selfish with herself and trying to dominate the man and trying to rule the relationship. Being very bossy as well. My lord, like I will never have a woman like that in my life. I do not want it. No, if she doesn't understand where I'm coming from and whatever we argue, because arguments is going to happen no matter what in any relationship, there's going to be disagreements. But what matters most, that you are able to resolve the disagreement, try to figure out what's going on, what moves they could make together in order to resolve it and overcome this challenge, because every challenges that comes to your life that you're meant to take is meant for you to be able to pass it if you can figure it out and you're ready for it. But if you're not ready for the challenge, if you're not mentally aligned with it, then very likely you're not going to be able to go through. And sometimes God challenges you in different scenarios to see if you have matured or if you still have a lot to work with. Yeah, so times are pretty bad today. Times are rough, and relationships are very rare to obtain that is healthy these days, because most women these days in Western society especially, they are not wife material. I'm telling you this right now. There has to be collaboration and understanding between both and respect in order for any relationships to work. So if that's not working out for you, and if you don't have a backup plan for yourself, and if you lose your job as well, because if you lose your job, you could probably lose your relationship too, because then the wife is gonna think, oh, this man doesn't have a job. I cannot be with a man that's not working at all. He's not having income coming in. He's gonna be a burden to me and stuff. Yeah, and that's why it's very important for you to have a backup plan. That's why you should check out Angry's Creator Academy, because you never know when you are gonna need an extra income on the side. So if anything happens to your job, you still have something to fall under, and you have more complete control over the income that you make there. And if you have the talent for it and you have the audience for it, then you're always gonna have work, and you are always going to be able to have control of your future. So very important. You can use YouTube to leverage your online business, because that's what's very big and popular today. That's what's going to help you survive in a society where basically everything collapses and jobs are going to be near impossible for most average people to find. So it's always good to prepare for the end times, because we just don't know when it's coming, but it's fast approaching. And you could also get the free creator blueprint in the description below after you sign up. So I don't think you have anything to lose there by finding out and seeing if it works for you.
Should you argue with women? Well, honestly, should you argue with anybody? Arguing is pointless. It's a waste of your energy, and it doesn't accomplish anything. Arguing is what guys do when they're looking to have some sort of validation from other guys. And so when a guy's arguing with a woman, it's not going to change her mind. Women follow your frame. They don't follow your train of logic. Even if you out-logic a woman, you can end up destabilizing the relationship further, even if you're right. So go ahead and do what you think is right and lead. Don't get pulled into drama, which is what arguing is. Doesn't mean that you avoid any kind of fight or conversation with a woman, but if you're trying to prove that you're right, then you are going to lose the bigger picture. You're going to lose the war in the attempt to win a battle.
So yeah, let's get on with the video a little bit more.
The logic you're using isn't wrong, but it's irrelevant because the conversation isn't happening in the realm of logic. It's happening in the realm of emotion, where different rules apply. The unequal standards of behaviour are staggering. If a man raises his voice during an argument, he's aggressive, potentially dangerous, needs anger management. If his partner throws things, screams, has a complete meltdown, she's passionate or emotional or just really cares. I've seen situations where she's literally throwing plates while calling him abusive for speaking firmly. The double standard is so normalised we don't even question it. Society gives different people different emotional licenses.
A woman can get so emotional that she could accuse you for doing things that you may not have done, or if you have done it, she exaggerates it to the point that makes it look a lot worse than what really was going on. And trust me, I've been misunderstood a lot by many women in the past. When I do something wrong, I recognize I do something wrong, but they go ahead and paint me like the villain. Yes, like they paint me like the bad guy and make the problem a lot worse, because she uses her emotions a lot than logic. Like, what's really going on? No, a lot of people are with their emotions so they can make it seem a lot more drastic, a lot more dramatic than if what's the real truth going on. And people don't care about truth a lot, especially women. They don't care about the truth. They care about their emotions. They care about them having everything going their way. And it's crazy. Like, that's why men are realizing that there's no point with arguing with women, because most of the time it's just gonna make it a lot worse.
Cry, scream, slam doors, send 30 texts in a row, show up at your workplace, call your mother, and it's considered fighting for love. Flip the genders on any of those behaviours and it's stalking, harassment, abuse. This isn't about gender superiority, it's about recognizing that different rules create different games.
Let's just say if a man starts an argument with a woman, right? And tries to tell a woman that they're wrong in some ways. Sometimes they view it as harassment, as bullying, as something that the man is trying to dominate her. And of course, the man is supposed to play the role where he takes charge and be able to tell her what's going on, what she's doing wrong. But when women gets their emotion cards there, they're gonna say, oh, this man's abusing me, this man is trying to dominate me. And then a lot of people takes her side, and because you were trying to be firm and not holding back against her because she did something wrong, she could get social media go against you, and you're the one that's gonna feel like the villain just for setting a woman straight because she did wrong. It's like the woman could get away with her wrongdoings, but the man gets triple and quadruple punishment. Randomly said that, but you get the idea. So there's like different rules. Like if a woman starts an argument, oh, that's normal. If a woman's taking charge, making sure that the man not trying to dominate her. But if a woman does it, oh, people cheers for her on, and they condone and justify her arguments and stuff with a man. So a woman can get away with argument, but a man mostly cannot.
You get emotional, you're scary, or just like her father. If you walk away, you're abandoning her. If you stay and engage, you're attacking her. Every possible response has been pre-framed as wrong. It's like playing tic-tac-toe where your opponent gets to go twice. I had a client map out an argument he had with his partner. Every decision tree led to him being wrong. Agree with her? You're just saying that. Disagree? You never support me. Stay neutral? You don't care about my feelings. The game is rigged because it's not about finding truth or solution. It's about emotional processing that looks...
Yeah, it's like society is taking sides towards the woman. So it's like you feel hopeless that there's no women winning against women when you argue with them, because the women always finds a way to win the argument and then make you be ashamed of yourself for even starting the argument or even arguing with her when she starts in the first place. Like there's no winning. That's why men prefers to walk away from all this situation, because they don't want it to make worse. So you gotta know all these signs way before you're married. You gotta be his boyfriend for years before you can even commit, because you just never know when this woman that you're with can actually backstab you or can actually try to take advantage of your kindness and everything like that. If you want to watch the rest of the video, the link is in the description below. You can go ahead and watch the rest of the video to support this guy's video itself. And the channel, the link to his YouTube channel is also next to it in the description below as well. Psych Def. So I hope that you enjoy. If you really agreed to this whole video and my commentary towards it, be sure to click the like, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and click the bell next to it so you could not miss any new videos that comes from Angry Guy ever again, and you'll be notifying your device when it comes out. And it also helps us get more people to view videos like these, because the algorithm is going to increase and get more people to watch. It definitely helps a lot when more people click the like button. And if you want to learn how to make your online business work for you today, you can also check out the Angry Creator Academy in the description below. Also check out Angry Guy at Rumble as well if you want to catch Angry Guy doing more curses, saying stuff that he wouldn't say on YouTube, stuff like that. And you can also check out my channel at Magbo Gaming if you enjoy gaming content, if you enjoy watching me hunting down different video games, visiting different game stores to see what games I can hunt down. And yeah, that's all I have to say, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Magbo Gaming out. Bye bye. Peace.